Good afternoon, Wahawks. It is Wednesday, January 8th, A-Day, and we have noticed a lot of sick Wahawks lately, so we here at WTV have decided to remind all of you about good hygiene and ways to stay healthy.
There is a lot of debate about why people catch more colds in the winter than in the summer, and we have the answer.
It's not because germs multiply more in cold weather like Mrs. Schramm mistakenly thought.
It's also not from going back and forth between cold to hot weather, as Miss Jen mistakenly thought.
It's actually because people tend to stay indoors more when the temperatures get colder. This allows people to be in closer contact with each other and therefore makes it easier to pass the virus from person to person. So Mrs. Mazzino was right.
Although recent studies have shown that going into colder temperatures does lower the immune system a bit, which means that Miss Jen was not entirely wrong.
As you can tell, it gets pretty serious here at WTV. Anyway, let's move on to some announcements, and in between, we'll give you some tips to stay healthy.
You know what is really healthy? Exercising. Studies show that regular exercises during the winter months can reduce the number of sick days you take about 40%. And speaking of exercise, you can get some great exercise through Let's Get Physical Games Galore. It's a new LEAP activity offered every Wednesday throughout the month of January. Also offered today are It's in the Bag and Class Act. Sign up outside of the principal's office.
Do you know that listening to music can create peak emotions, which increase the amount of dopamine, a specific neurotransmitter that is produced in the brain and helps control the brain's reward and pleasure centers, which makes you feel good and can reduce stress and increase health.
And you're in luck because members of orchestra are going to be playing the national anthem at the Saints hockey game on Saturday, February 1st. GWMS is selling tickets to the game for just $13 each. All proceeds from ticket sales directly support our music program here at Washington. See Ms. Mentz in the orchestra room for an order form today. All orders and money are due to Ms. Dressler in the office by January 24th. Hope to see you there.
Also, don't forget to get your Band is a Blast and orchestra t-shirts. Orders are due soon and the online stores are open now. See Mrs. Mentz and Mrs. Stevens for details.
In order to boost your immune system, you should also think about eating foods that are high in vitamin C, so include fruits and vegetables in your diet. I am also going to include cheeseburgers, chili, and Frosties in the mix. I know that won't help my immune system, but great comfort foods, and I can get it all at Wendy's night this coming Monday, January 13th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at Wendy's on JFK. You should all join me.
It also helps VPA, and speaking of VPA, you should sign up to work on the crew for this year's production of The Little Mermaid. The informational meeting will be held on Wednesday, January 22nd from 2:30 to 3 p.m. in the auditorium. It will keep you busy during those winter months when many people start to feel depressed due to inactivity.
Being kind and having a positive mindset can affect your mood, which directly affects your health. So showing Wash values is actually good for your health. Keep getting those value stickers and remember to write your first and last name on the back before you turn them into the LRC.
Thanks, Wahawks. Now I have a humble request. We need tissues for your snotty noses. If you feel so inclined, we would love to have some tissue donations to help us get through this cold and flu season. Speaking of tissues, do not use tissues to throw away your gum. Put it in some scrap paper instead and save the tissues for the noses.
A few final reminders before we close with our thought of the day. The next dance is Thursday, February 6th. Please vote for the staff of the month, and the school store will be open today. Also, make sure to wash your hands frequently.
Studies show that proper hand washing can reduce your risk of catching a cold by 89%. And our second reminder, you are encouraged to drink water during the school day, but all water bottles must be clear.
And now for our thought of the day. The greatest wealth is health.
Have a healthy day, Wash.